No! Oh! Oh, just get out. Get it out of here!
Yeah. Well, I have something here, Harry. It's showtime! I love this stuff.
No, that's a trick. That's some kind of special effects.
It's on record. I'm going to save this stuff.
All right, welcome one and all to the Good Improv Show. It's happening right here on YouTube. It's happening right here on gradio.ca.
Edmonton's best local station.
That's right. We are going to be making up some comedy for you off the top of our heads with some help of suggestions sent in by the people in the Twitterverse or the Facebookverse or whatever verse they people send things in nowadays. Where are those words? What do we got? What do we got today?
We got some pretty solid words today. They're going to pop up right now. We've got charlatan, music, and yes.
Yeah.
We'll take those words. Make some comedy.
For you.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, well, so sorry, before we jump in, I just want to let everybody know that they can come to our website, goodimprov.com. They can follow us on social media at Good Improv, and if they want to subscribe or like the video, that'd be cool too.
Oh, that's a great thing to let them know. So thank you for doing that, Dan. I'm grateful that you did it. I forgot.
Hit that. I'm assuming the buttons to do that are down here.
Yeah, they'll be dancing around underneath your fingertips. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't hit this button. That's the button to blow up the TV screen. That's the button to stop the internet. Don't hit that button. Hit it's right beside the subscribe button. It looks exactly the same, except it says stop internet. So just don't hit that one.
Don't tune out after looking at the first letter.
What most people think.
Okay. Now that you know all the stuff you need to know, let's make some sketches for you.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah?
Do you remember what you did when the stock market crashed?
Boy, do I. I had been pretending to be a stockbroker, so it was really difficult for me when the market crashed. Everybody was asking me, oh, how's it going with the market crash and all that? And I was like, yeah, real bad. But it wasn't going bad because my actual job as a lawyer was actually quite lucrative, with all the people from the stock market selling off all their shares and getting in all that legal trouble and stuff. So it was a real acting challenge for me, actually. Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
Remember that time I convinced you that the sun wasn't real?
You mean, do I remember that time where you opened my eyes to the truth that sun is just paper mache, and that big pharma has been trying to trick us into thinking the sun is out there just to sell us sunscreen? Yeah, I remember that, Dan. I remember that day when my eyes were opened, and I've never been more free.
I tried to make it stupid even as conspiracy theory goes, and you still bought into it.
You know what? I feel so blessed that I'm one of the few that know the truth. And yeah, sure, I've got sun cancer. I've got cancer of the skin. Yeah, whatever. At least I'm not out there like an idiot buying sunscreen and just, placating these sun theory fat fascists.
Yeah.
So, no, thanks, Dan. You're a true friend.
Yeah, well, if you see your wife Sheila, just tell her that I'm really sorry, okay? Just tell her I'm really sorry.
You know what? She cries every day, and I'm sure that'll be a great comfort to her.
Yeah, good.
Hey, Jordan.
Hey.
Do you remember that time you convinced that fellowship to let you on that fantasy quest by telling them you were a wizard, but you're really just a prestidigitator, just a stage illusionist?
Oh, yes, I remember that well. I remember that well. And they were so happy to have a wizard on board. And here I am. I got the cup and the ball. You know, I got cups and balls.
Let's
I
just go to the
got-
scene. Let's just see the scene.
Ah. Well,
Wizard, thank God you're here. Thank God you're here. We're pinned down. These orcs have been relentless in their attack. We've lost nearly 80% of our men. They've been laughing.
Yeah.
They're
The
saying, ha
fire
ha.
throws at us. Voice tipped.
They've been saying, without a wizard, you'll never survive. Never. But if a wizard were here, we would lose instantly. Just like that. So it's good you're
Well,
here.
that's right. You're lucky you have me on your side. They don't have a wizard. I mean, they're probably weeping at the idea of encountering somebody who wields magic like I do. I could put one of you inside of a box, saw that box in half. Ooh.
That's largely similar to what the orcs are currently doing to a lot of our men.
Yeah. What we're looking for more is like I don't know, a ranged attack, something that's going to take out a lot of enemies at a distance. I
Some
mean,
sort
our
of beam
thief
of
is
light
gone.
coming down from the heavens or
Yeah,
something.
that would be a
Oh.
good one.
Yes, I have a very powerful spell that involves that. There's a beam and it shines right on me. And then there's a noise on the other part of the room and everybody turns to look at the noise. And then while that happens, I disappear and I reappear somewhere else.
Could you use the spell to reappear on the other side of the orcs and perhaps attack them from behind?
Yes, I
Fire.
understand what you're saying, wizard. Cunning stratagem.
Teleporting. That would be helpful. That would be most helpful.
Yeah, it takes a while. You know, there's a lot of pre-planning goes into my teleporting.
Okay.
You know, I got to make sure there's a tunnel. Not for me to crawl through. It just helps the teleportation energies. And you know, there's a lot that goes into magic that I don't need to bore you with. A lot of the, you know, minutia, as it were. If we can get some big fans to blow wind to make my hair look like it's blowing, because a lot of the times in this field it's just still air.
I could blow on you if that would help. If that would help the magic. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
I
winded
would
after a
bomb-
long battle. I could also blow on you.
yeah. I mean, would that help? Would that help the magic come? I mean, we really need to get rid of these orcs. Is the main thing. I mean, we've been stuck. We've been stuck at this part for quite a while. I mean, the path is just past these orcs, and we need to get through that pass to throw this bracelet into that volcano. So any magic do that would really making the orcs disappear is
I
main
once saw
focus.
a wizard perform a spell where he turned an opposing army into like pillars of rock.
oh,
Maybe something like
Oh.
that.
that would be
Interesting.
good. You do that one. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Where did you see that? Did you see that in out in the ancient lands of Nevada?
No, I just
No.
saw it on the battlefield when a mighty wizard, the most feared of all warriors, showed up and eradicated an entire army with one single spell.
Oh, that's a good trick. You know, those rabbits that we were going to have for dinner later, we were saving them because the orcs destroyed most of our food supply lines.
Yes.
Yes, you've been
I could take
carry
one
them
of those
around.
rabbits, put it inside of my cap, and then the rabbit will appear to be gone. It'll blow their minds.
Can I just one moment? Corflin, may I speak to you over here for a
Yes,
moment?
of course. Just
Sorry.
a moment, wizard.
Sorry, Great Wage. Corflin, I may just be a humble barbarian. I don't know much about the ways of the world, but I'm beginning to think that our mage is not the mightiest.
Yeah, you know, if it's evident to a barbarian, imagine how evident it is to an elf. You know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm worried that this guy doesn't even actually know any spells whatsoever. It's mostly just kind
not
of tricking you.
It's not just me then. This is
No.
legitimate. Okay.
No, we've given him a lot of openings to declare a spell he could do, and most of them have been quite lackluster, to say the least.
Warriors.
Yes.
Sorry, what?
I'm not sure that's how that's done. Actually, I'm.
I mean,
Are you
I could do
trying-
that trick when you pretend to take your thumb off, you know? It's just like, bloop, there it goes, right? Just like that.
Oh, that's
that was he did it much better.
but what about these scarves?
What?
They don't look very substantial. I mean, they look very, very flimsy. They wouldn't keep you in the cold very well.
Are they
But
soaked in
where?
gasoline so that you can burn up the enemy army, or?
No, they're not soaked in gasoline. But would wood fire impress you? Behold
Hey.
this match. Ow. Gone.
Put it. They almost had it. Thing.
To the battlefield.
I could kill him and throw him at the orcs.
I think that would be more effective at this point, honestly.
Coming up.
Load the catapult!
And scene.
That was the middle book of the trilogy. Two yet to be released.
The king of the
Hey,
bracelet.
Justin.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin. Do you remember when you bought a series of bridges?
I do remember when I bought a series of bridges. Yes, I was visiting San Francisco, and the man said that he'd sell me this one. And I was hoping because I'd already bought the Brooklyn one. I'd already bought I bought many bridges, and I want to combine them all so that I don't have to drive through the country. I can just drive over it to get to my home in Florida from my vacation home in Hudson's Bay. So I do remember. I do remember when I bought those series of bridges. Yeah, and I tried to claim them and pick them up, and people had the audacity to tell me that I don't own them. Chased out of town. So yeah, I'm still pretty pissed about it. Actually, I'm still seeking legal action, trying to get my rightful property that I paid for. Thanks
Real
for bringing it up, jerk. Real estate pain in the ass. Hey, Dan.
Yeah?
Do you remember when I asked you for a handkerchief and you went to give me one and it was just an endless stream of handkerchiefs coming out?
Boy, do I. And then you blew your nose on the middle of it, and it was like, I gotta put that back down my sleeve.
It's my favorite one. It looked like the silkiest one.
You're supposed to blow it on
thought
the end
somebody had-
handkerchief, you know? So I can just tear
Well, I
that one
didn't
off, and I
know
still got a
that.
substantial thing down my sleeve.
Why did you pull out so many options? If you wanted me to just take the first one, you should just
It's
pull
muscle
the first one
memory,
out.
really. I started revealing the scars, and it's just muscle memory at that point, you know?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Takes a lot of practice. Hey, Jordan.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you tried to convince me that you were my dad, even though we're the exact same age?
Yes, I do. I remember because I gave you fatherly advice, and so I was pretty sure that meant that I was your father, because I told you to keep your chin up and give it all your best effort there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still think we should get a paternity test.
Well, I
know we're
actually
the
have the
same
results
age,
of the
but-
DNA test right here. But you know what?
We both know.
We both know. We already know. We already know you're the father. There's no point in looking at the test to confirm it. It just feels right.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Dad, I remember when you and I were going to kindergarten together. When we were coming up through kindergarten there and the finger painting we would do.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. And when we were on that little league team together as players, because we were the same age.
Yes. Yes, I remember.
You were shortstop. I was first base. And Justin was third base.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm also your father.
What? I thought I only had one dad, and here I had two all along?
Yep. All along, Dan.
So it was probably tough love when the two of us were in 6th grade together and you shoved me down in the mud and made me eat some of the mud and then said, "You're the mud boy now."
Yeah, that's what it was.
Tough love.
Well,
That made me
teach you about-
tougher. Made me avoid mud like nobody's business.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Dad. Well, Dads, I had a couple of things I needed to ask you, actually.
Great.
Can I borrow the car?
What do you
I
need
guess
it for?
Well, I was hoping to go on a date.
A date with who?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, whoa. Who? With whom are you going on this date, young man?
With Sally.
Sally.
Yeah.
Well, Sally's old enough to be your mother. She's the same age as you.
Yeah, I know. But I like women that are, maybe a little more, experienced like that. Someone who's kind of the same age as me, that sort of thing. A little more experience.
Look, I happen to know that Sally is very experienced, okay? And I don't think you should be dating a girl like that. I don't think she's good enough for you. You know? Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? You know what I'm saying? I think you should have a bit of higher standards here. Say something to him, for God's sakes, Dennis.
In that analogy, am I the cow and my penis is the milk?
Nobody really understands what that analogy means. It's just
Okay.
something people say. Okay.
Okay.
Dennis, would you talk to your son, please? And
Sure.
Sally.
All right. I'll tell you. Because a car isn't a safe place to go on a date. It's too much steel. You should take a motorbike. And she'll hug onto you from the back there,
Motorbike.
I'd allow it if it was a motorbike. That does sound pretty cool.
Well, neither of you guys own a motorbike.
Nope. No, we don't.
You know what? I hate you both. You're ruining my life.
No. Don't leave.
I wasn't leaving. I was just telling you off. I was going to
Oh, sorry.
stand up to you
I thought
like
you
a
were gonna
man.
storm off.
No, I wasn't storming off.
I gotta go. Son, you do your homework. Do my homework too. I got a date with Sally. So.
Oh, yeah, I knew it. Dads.
Scene. Dads. Oh.
Sons?
Hmm?
Yeah, Dad?
Please join me here in my chamber. I need to reveal something to you.
You've been sitting here for the past 5 minutes.
Yeah, I just am now. I've got the courage to finally tell you what I need to tell you.
Okay.
Do you boys remember how all of your lives I've raised you to believe that I am the reincarnation of God on Earth, and that you've kind of based your whole life around that? You avoided going to university because of my prophecies. You avoided getting wives or girlfriends because of my prophecies. You avoided having children and kind of all the normal natural developments that a kid would have along the way.
Everything you instructed us to do, yeah.
Right, because I told you that I was the reincarnation. Well, I just want to clear the air a little bit and let you know that I've been kind of faking it the whole time.
What?
So, yeah.
Oh, this is a test.
No,
Yeah,
it's not a
no.
test. It's not a test. I promise you it's not a test.
We're firm believers.
I'm starting to feel a bit guilty because, you guys wanted to go to the prom, and I said, no, the prom is sinful. The prom is going to make you into heathen devils, and you guys were like, oh, I don't want to be a heathen devil. Last thing I want to do. So save me on the limo and corsages and renting tuxes and all that stuff.
You know what? You can present us with as much evidence as you want, but the thing about having faith is that evidence makes no difference, right?
That's
so
right.
yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, as far as Jordan's concerned, as far as that kid next door, that really weird kid that doesn't have any friends is concerned, you are the incarnation of God on earth, and there's nothing you can say that will change my mind about that, Dad.
That's right, because we've read the official book where
Right.
your name is etched in over top of the previous name that was there, that I'm not even
in
going
the
to say.
It's in the book. I mean, if it's not true, then how did it get in the book, Dad?
I obviously scratched out the name of the original author and then wrote my name in there hastily because you boys were demanding evidence when I said, no, you can't get your driver's license because getting a driver's license will only lead you to more sinful behavior. Even though I just didn't want to have to buy you a car and insurance and gas, all that adds up,
By that logic, Dad, by that same logic, you could disprove Anybody writing any book. Okay, look at this. Look at this one here. Look, I got Charles Dickens over here. Oh, maybe Charles Dickens just crossed out the name of whoever did write the book and put his name in. Huh? What you're saying makes no sense, Dad.
Fine.
Also, I'm sorry I brought Charles Dickens' book in the house. I know it's I know it's sinful to read another book.
Okay, it's not. It's really not. I don't really like the Christmas Carol story, and I was worried you guys were going to ask me to read it to you, and then I'd have to go through it a whole bunch of times because you boys don't pick up really quick on stuff. So, I've really made a mess here. I can see that now. I can see that.
No, Dad, you're trying to test our faith, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Like, remember that time where we wanted bikes because everyone else in the neighborhood had bikes. All our other friends had bikes, and you said, "Well, no, son. As the incarnation of God on Earth, it is sinful to ride bikes because they make they make you chafe, and chafing leads to thinking about the midsection, which is sinful thoughts. And you know what? We have yet to ride a bike, and we've also yet to be struck down by the heavens. So clearly, this was the right thing to do. So, I mean, how do you explain that? How do you explain that I haven't been hit by lightning yet? From avoiding all sin. Huh?
Well, sons, have you not noticed I wasn't even creative in the things that I was telling you were going to have? Oh, it's sinful behavior, just generic across the board? You didn't ask for any kind of reasoning beyond it's sinful?
No.
What more do you need?
Yeah,
those bikes would have cost me like $400.
Okay.
You told us that money didn't spring from you, therefore it was a sin.
Right,
yeah.
Okay. That's just because I wanted to save the money that I made. Sons?
Remember that time where we wanted a dog, and you pointed out that dogs lick their crotches and therefore they're sinful? Or that time that we wanted new clothes instead of just sewing the clothes that we grew up out of, ripping them and then sewing them together to make a bigger shirt? You said no, but that's the true uniform of the true faith. Like, we've been following your teachings for years, Dad.
I know.
For years and years.
I know.
We believe them.
And the reason I'm revealing to you it today, the reason that I'm revealing all this to you today is because you've been doing such a great job following all of my orders and not moving out and not kind of getting on with it on your own. I expected you at the very least to be out there preaching this stuff, but you stayed at home, and I love having you boys around, but it's getting a little expensive, okay? So I think it's better to just tell you now what's going down so that you can get out there, get some jobs going on. I know I told you that leaving the house to work and have your own money was sinful, but I retract that now, as I am not, in fact, the reincarnation of God on Earth.
This is a trick. He's trying to get us to sin so that he can smite us and punish us. And we need to resist temptation. That was something that he taught us. So,
you know what? I'm going to go lie down in my room, face down, and be quiet for 18 hours on end, just like you taught me to pray. Just complete silence.
While Justin prays, Dad, I need to mention something that you told me a while back. You told me not to question that you were the reincarnation of God. You told me that if you ever said you weren't God, to cart you off to a mental asylum.
Right. Okay. I expected you boys to be a little more curious about all this, but so I thought that the whole threat of the mental institution thing was going to be necessary, but you boys have not been curious about it whatsoever. You followed my orders very well, and I appreciate that. But I've finally been able to save up enough money to move myself down to Mexico, like I've been wanting to, live in the sun, by the beach. And you boys...
By the sun?
Yeah.
You told us that receiving sunlight on our skin was a mortal sin.
You wanted to go to the park, and they charged $3.50 to get into the park.
Jordan, if the Lord commanded you to take him to a mental institution, if he ever told you this, I mean, we have to do it, right? It was a commandment.
You're right. I'm going to make the call. I'm going to call. Well, he also said it was sinful for us to use the phone, so how am I going to do that?
Yell out the window.
I'll yell out the window. That's a great idea.
We'll drag you down there. I'll get the cricket bat.
Okay.
We'll try this again next week.
And scene.
Good parenting. Hey, Dan,
Yes?
do you remember that time where you tried to found a band, but you couldn't play any instruments or write songs or knew anyone that was musical?
Aha! But I did have the ability to hold a trumpet in front of my mouth and go, which is like virtually indistinguishable from the real thing.
It's true. I mean, you ruined the marching band. You ruined all those soldiers coming home from the war.
And I played taps, I remember.
Wrecked the whole atmosphere there. But yeah, you know what? You're living your dream. That's the important thing.
You know what? I think I performed pretty good at that soldiers gala, I guess you'd call it. You know, when I was playing taps there, it was like
Don't even know the whole thing. Don't even know the whole.
That's close though. It's close to what it is.
Yeah.
Largely indistinguishable.
We cut to a record shop. All right, look, you guys, here's the deal. Elvis Presley's guitar player, who plays all of Elvis's music, recently died. And one of you two are going to replace him.
Wow, us? Just humble record store employees are going to replace Elvis's guitarist?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you guys playing air guitar earlier. You're going like, so I figured you're really good at guitar. It was so convincing.
I mean, I'd be stupid to pass up this chance. Yeah, sure,
right.
I'll give it a whirl at least. Sure.
I've never actually put a guitar in my hands while I was doing the motions. So for all I know, I'm actually a flawless guitarist.
I was assuming. Do you have a guitar that's kind of bent though? Because whenever I do it, I tend to like bend this hand and
ooh, that's a cool move.
Yeah. So if you have a guitar that's like a U, that would be ideal.
Oh,
for me.
Elvis has got a lot of instruments.
Okay.
So you're welcome to play any of them that you're able to play. You guys must be musical masters. I never even heard of guitars like this.
If it helps, sweeten the deal and tip the scales to my side, I also air drum. You know.
I wondered, and
oh yeah, I mean
that's well, sir. Because
that's okay. I do some air drumming myself, but listen to this. Check this out. He's got the motions. I've also got this. So I got the sounds down also. So let's keep that in mind.
Can you play the air didgeridoo though? Can you?
Let me give it a try. I must have air choked on the air water from the air didgeridoo I was playing. Sorry about that. I guess I can't handle that one.
Okay, you're out then. We can't have somebody choking who's doing this for Elvis.
I understand.
Okay, buddy.
I understand completely. Blew my shot. We cut to tour with Elvis Presley. Now, band, I just want to say thank you for backing me up out there. I wanted to talk to one of you. Now, my drummer of 50 years there, Jordan. And Justin, my brand new guitar player. I have a big problem with the way one of you performed out there. There was some real bad stuff going on. Now, Jordan, you've been playing with me 50 years, and ever since I brought Justin on here, I guess I finally realized that I don't think you're cut out to be in the band no more.
What? What? Just because I don't know how to play drums? I've been with you 50 years.
Yeah, but I see you moving your hands around there. You're not making any sounds. You're not crashing and bashing. Justin got down on his knees and went, willy, 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 willy.
Well, the guy who does the drum sounds for me recently died. So it's his playing you would have heard. And then you wouldn't have heard my terrible playing. The guy we got to replace him, he stinks.
You're making excuses. Just stop making excuses, man. The king of rock and roll just fired you. Just take
That's
it.
right.
You know,
Just take it like a man.
you gonna complain about it? Hey, you know what I'm playing right now? The world's smallest violin, my friend. And I'm playing it really well.
Yeah, you can't hear it because it's so small, I bet.
Yeah.
So.
I've never seen a violin smaller than about a foot long.
Put that in my pocket for later.
It's a new age of music, Jordan. You got to adapt.
Keeps his violin in his pocket. Violin belongs in a case, sir.
Well, you know what? Not the world's smallest, buddy. And you know what? I'm the new wave, my friend. I'm the new music, right? Just airing the instruments. You make the sound with your mouth. That's how it is. Now, if you excuse me, I've got a air bagpipe solo that I've got to record for the King's new album.
Thank you.
Elvis, I got to tell you the truth. These fake instruments are going to be the death of you.
I will never die. And scene. Let's end it right there. But he did die later that day.
Here's that bacon grease fried peanut butter sandwich you wanted. Oh, here's some more prescription drugs. There you go.
Excellent. I'll need whiskey as well. Hey, Jordan.
Oh, go ahead.
Yep.
Hey, Jordan, remember when you heard music for the first time last year?
Yeah, I do remember that. It was a shocking thing because it wasn't even something that people would consider musical, but it was music to my ears. And what it was the sound of somebody sitting on a bench and the bench breaking, and the crack of the wood was just so musical. It really resonated with me. And I thought, wow, now I understand what Beethoven was all about. Like, it just all clicked, you know?
Or cracked, even.
Or cracked. I went out that day and bought the record.
Yeah, but it's not the same as seeing the live performance. Seeing the artist sit on the bench and the bench buckling and then cracking. You can't really capture that in a live record, you know?
It's hard.
It's not the same atmosphere. It's not the same energy. You don't see the artist tumble to the ground after they break the bench in half.
Exactly.
We cut to a studio. All right, guys. Okay. You know, that last track was pretty good. I really like what you did with it there. It's really missing something, though. So we're going to bring in a couple of benches. If we can have you just kind of sit on the benches, crack your way through them while playing, right? While playing your solo, crack through the bench. Try to keep going, but I really want that sound of a cracked bench and a butt hitting the floor. Also, I'm going to put a few rakes in there with you guys. If occasionally you can just step on one so it smacks you in the face. I think that'll really sound.
Okay.
Look. We've tried a lot of takes on this, to get the sound right. I am a classically trained musician. I'm a classically trained pianist.
Best in the world.
I don't see.
Hey, Jordan, come on. This guy's produced some of the most legendary slapstick albums of all time. I think we should just give him a shot, okay? We brought on a new engineer for this project just for this sort of thing. We were caught in a rut. We were always doing the classical piano stuff, the classical guitar that I bring to the table. Okay? He's talking about bringing us stepping on rakes and then whanging against our faces.
Right. It's really going to hurt.
It's unprecedented.
Just don't have it yet, you guys. Also, you know, when you guys, I'm putting some banana peels in there. They won't really make a sound when you step on them, but I'm gonna kind of add in like the slide whistle.
Oh, I like that.
And
now
one of these, boing, you know,
awesome.
Stuff like that. I'm just gonna be throwing those sound effects in, you know, overlaying it over the whole piece. I know Rachmaninoff usually doesn't have extra bits like that when you're playing it, but I think they'll really help kind of lighten the mood. Rachmaninoff,
it's pretty heavy stuff.
Depressing, right?
Yeah,
heavy stuff. So I think some good old slapstick sounds will really help. So you know, let's do it. Let's lay this track down. Oh, and if every once in a while, if I got some ladders in the background, they're precarious. They'll probably snap if you put too much weight on them. I got some seesaw-like apparatuses. I got some pies in there. If you guys want to start throwing those, just whatever you
Okay.
feel, right? Just explore it. Just explore the space. I got
Okay,
plenty
the
of props
pies.
for that.
I wanted to talk about the pies for a second because you threw a coconut cream pie at my face during the last take, which narrowly missed me. It took me an hour to clean my grand piano, scraping all the cream out of the keys, all the pieces of coconut that stick in there.
I'm gonna let you in on a secret though. That was the closest we've had to a perfect take this entire night.
Just
And it
imagine
wasn't
if the
quite
pie
there
had
because
actually hit you.
Yeah, I missed, and that's on me. That's on me. That's my fault. I will take that. Okay, I will take that. I missed with the coconut cream pie, and I'm kicking myself, which I've also recorded the sound of that, by the way. I'm kicking myself because we almost had the perfect take, and I think we can get it. I know it's 2 in the morning. I think we can get it.
I'm kind of new to this whole world. You know, I'm just a classical guitarist. But I had a bit of an idea maybe I could share that maybe could help.
Yep, I'm open to it.
I know you want to have the bench break when Jordan sits on it, but what if there was a whoopee cushion in there as well?
I'm liking where you're thinking. I'm liking what
Right?
I'm hearing. Like the energy and the spontaneity of it. Okay.
And see, for
all
me,
right.
maybe I'm playing my guitar, suddenly I hear a rattle in there, so I shake it around a little bit, and I hear the rattle, I reach in to get what it is. It's a mousetrap on my hand now.
Oh my God! I am all of a sudden 100% more excited to make this album. That's this. I love the ideas I'm hearing. Okay?
Sure, and
I
then
love the idea.
you go to grab another guitar and you hear a rattle, so you kind of shake it, and then out of the guitar hole springs a rattlesnake, bites you right in the face.
That's interesting.
It just seems kind of disturbing. Doesn't really seem to fit the
keep
vision of
people
this
off.
project.
Can't have a live animal in a recording studio. That's just not a snake.
I'm sorry
anyway.
about him. I'm sorry about him. He's obviously not getting on board with this.
You know what? You know what though? You know what? I like the instinct. I like the instinct. I'm gonna take that idea. I'm gonna just pivot with it a little bit, keeping the live animal aspect. What if we brought in a live sheep and had it defecate all over the place, and now the floor's slippery with sheep dung, and you guys are slipping all over the place while the sheep's bang, going crazy. The bell on the sheep is just ringing back and forth. I think that'll really, not for the Rachmaninoff, but I'm thinking for the Schubert piece we're going to do later, I'm thinking that'll really add a different element to it. So yeah, so there you go, Jordan, part of your idea, the kernel of it, I liked. And I think we're going to take it and we're going to run with it sheep-wise, okay? All right.
Can we do something about the PA who's walking around holding a 2x4, just randomly turning around?
I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean,
I was
that's
actually
what
hoping we
made
could get 2 PAs walking around in here with a glass pane, just walking around. I think that'd be wonderful if we could get that going on.
You just have a producer's brain. Did you know that?
I'm feeling this
You're
project all of a sudden. You know, I'm more excited about it now. It's not just going to be, oh, I'm playing my classical guitar, la la la. You're playing your piano beautifully as always.
It is showing. We are going to do. You know what? I'm working on a Hans Christian Bach piece later. I would very much like it, Dan, if you would come in and just throw out some ideas that we can get.
Oh no, come on. I'm really focusing on this project right now.
You know what? I think I think your unique vision could really help a lot of classical music out there.
Here's a thought.
Some people.
Here's a thought that maybe we can run with. I saw a mouse hole in the studio earlier. What if we jammed a shotgun in there and then it, like, you know, through some mechanism turned around so it was aiming at us? I haven't worked out all the mechanics of it yet. It's just kind of a piece of inspiration that inspired me.
You know what? I'm loving it. I'm going to get some engineers down here. We can make it happen. We can make it happen. Jordan, lucky you got this guy.
We've got to do something about the doors on this floor of the studio as well, because I find there's this particular hallway that looks like it has 6 doors, and I'm always chasing after Dan, and then we're coming and going out of different doors, and I can never seem to catch up to him.
Yeah, the studio's designed specifically like that. Yeah, it was an intentional choice. You know, it's just to get some spontaneity into the the music that's being made here. Okay, now let's take the Schubert piece again for piano and guitar. And Dan, if at some point you could throw in a beep on those strings,
No problem.
send me to the moon. All right, let's take it. This is going to be a good one.
Wahooga!
Splat.
And scene. Let's end that one there. I think we all agree that all music would be made better with a random slide whistle thrown in.
I like it. That's all I listen to. I listen to Johann Christian Bach's slide whistle solo. Concerto for slide whistle and orchestra.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah?
Do you remember when all you listened to was a compilation of sirens?
Yes, I certainly do. There are some pretty classic tracks on there. You got the 1968 fire truck, USA fire truck sound. So that's a classic one. You don't hear that very often anymore. And but this is not to say that there's not some contemporary stuff that I like, because some of the police cruisers they have now, they make a really interesting siren sound. I'd really like to see that live, though. Live is better. You don't want to get the recording. It's not as interesting.
We cut to a guy who's having trouble finding love, and he's come to a couple of specialists. Okay, Dan, just looking over the information you've given us, and in the section where it talks about what type of music you love, that's the section that I'm a little bit concerned about, because that's usually one of the first questions that like a date will ask, and you come to a consultant like us to try to help you out. And what you have in here, I think it might be costing you dates.
How come? How so?
Well, just the music of screaming sirens. I mean, it's a sound. It is a sound, but it's not what I would describe as music. It's not rock. It's not jazz. It's not really. It's not blues.
Kind of red and blues, though.
That question, when they're asked, they're normally looking for like a genre, like a type of music.
So like just fire truck sirens, for instance, instead of just sirens in general. They want you to narrow it down, so like an ambulance siren or the siren that would be on a submarine or something. Yeah,
and then in your favorite videos section, you've written body cam footage.
Yes, correct. Doesn't really matter what they're doing, just as long as it's from a body cam perspective.
Okay.
I see. Again, you want me to narrow it down. You want it to be like, a guy doing parkour body cam. That's my favorite.
We'd like you to pick a favorite movie, something that someone who's also looking for a date can go, oh, I like that movie too. We have something in common. I think I'll click that thing.
Yeah, you've written here under interests, long walks in the emergency department.
Yeah.
You got a lot of hallways there.
Favorite color? You wrote that sheen that happens when the squad car is pulling up behind you. I mean, that's not a really. I mean, like they're looking for like red, blue.
Oh, not red green. And blue. I see. So it's too many colors there.
Not that vague haze. They're looking for what your favorite color is.
Right on. Okay. So what I'm hearing I'm hearing from you guys is my profile's basically okay, and you can probably find me a few ladies that have the same interests.
Okay, if that's what you're hearing, then your hearing has been damaged by all the sirens you've been listening to, because that's not at all what we're saying.
Yeah, we're saying that it's tough for you to find common ground with the average gal.
You're worried I'm too good for most ladies. I hear what you're saying. That my tastes are maybe a little too next level. I understand. I think I understand.
Favorite food, under favorite food, you put emergency room hospital food.
That's something that no one likes.
Yeah.
What? You know what? That's got to be false. That's got to be false. Because what my time spent hanging around emergency rooms, everybody's getting food there. It's like hundreds and hundreds of portions being dished out each and every day.
They have no choice to go anywhere. They have to be there.
That's what I'm saying. People are like getting hurt to come and eat this stuff.
Dan, I think I don't know if we can help you. You might be alone for a long, long time.
We did get one. We did get one nibble on your.
Okay.
It was somebody in a prison for the criminally insane.
All right. I like what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
I
she's
have
not
a couple
allowed-
of questions about her. I have a couple of questions about her before we go diving in head first. Now that I know
Yep.
my worth, thanks to you two gentlemen, I thought I was just some sort of idiot out on the street, but now I understand my tastes are like pretty elite. So this lady that you found for me here in the mentally insane, what was it? The criminally insane? Did you say? Prison?
Yeah, a prison for the criminally insane. Yes,
Yeah.
kind of a mixed prison and a mental hospital.
I kind
In
of
the
like that.
infirmary.
I kind of like
In
that
the
because yeah,
infirmary.
she'd be traveling in ambulances. She'd been traveling in police cars. Now, this is just going to be a fantasy, obviously, but did she do arsonist or crime so that fire trucks could be involved too? Just kind of.
She set herself on fire when the police
Ooh.
tried to arrest her.
Right.
And when asked why, she said to quiet the voices. Was her answer. So she showed quite a bit of interest in you.
Okay, well that's kind of the trifecta for me. We got ambulance proximity, we got police car proximity, and we got fire truck proximity. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how interested. Remember that guy who was going around killing women to make out of a woman's suit out of their skin? Remember that guy?
Boy, do I! That was a bonanza for people who like sirens.
She killed and ate that guy. So I don't know how keen
We
you
cut
should
forward 20 years, and if you want to see a successful example of how we were able to find love for somebody, you look no further than Dan Moser and that crazed woman at the asylum for the criminally insane.
She was going to join us live via video, but the orderly said that she's been a bit difficult this week, so she's been injected with some pills to knock her out there. So she's completely catatonic. But
Yeah, the doctors say they
I
can't give her pills orally anymore. They need to inject them, or they're not effective.
Yeah. It's a big needle. Big needle. Must really hurt. But congratulations, Dan, on your success. And,
Thank you.
Yes.
I just like to tell everybody the secret to our success.
Oh, please.
And the secret to our success, I think, has just been common ground.
There you have it. There you have
Listening.
it, everyone. Common ground.
And listening to sirens.
Together.
And scene.
We cut to an apartment as a jump off of something that Jordan said earlier. Hey guys. All right, I was driving to work, and I'm sorry, I can't even get my thoughts together
You
here.
seem excited. What's going
I was
on?
driving to work, and you know those buttons and kind of knobby things that are kind of beneath your clock in your car.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, I wonder what the hell these things do anyway. I just started pushing them. Okay, you got to hear this. Look at this. See this here? See how there's on this clock thing? There's a thing on the top, a speaker on the top, and it has this switch here. Listen to this. You hear that? Look at this. Listen to that.
Is that,
They're
That's not
they're
sports.
Like
that doesn't sound like an
it's not.
alarm.
No, that's I looked it up. They're making those sounds with like things that they're holding.
Torturing animals?
No. There's no animals. There's no animals in it. It's like a piece of wood with strings on it that they're whacking.
Like a bow?
They're not
Like they're
making
shooting
those
animals with a bow?
No, there's
Bow
no
and arrow, yeah.
animals involved. There's no animals involved. I know it's going to be hard to get your head around this, but what is happening here? Are people talking but louder and kind of in a rhythm, while other people have things made of wood with strings and bits of bone and things made of kind of metal that have been hollowed out that they're blowing air through, and they're making those noises, and then they're putting those noises on a piece of wax. I am not crazy. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I swear to God, this is what's happening here. Because I didn't know what the hell I was listening to either. I almost crashed my car.
That's
But
really
I
neat.
had to
Really neat. Let me just talk to Jordan real quick here, Justin. That sounds totally cool. I really believe what you're saying here.
I can't get enough of this now.
Totally makes sense.
just gonna be really by this clock for a bit.
Yeah, that's. Hey, Jordan.
Hey.
So Justin's obviously unwell, right? Did he get in an
Yeah,
accident or
clearly.
something? Do you think, or?
He might have bonked his head, but I didn't see any trickles of blood or anything or
Yeah.
anything like that. His
People
eyes looked
banging
okay.
Wood and bones together, and it's like that's just okay.
It's some sort of a cult thing.
I don't know. I
Well,
hope so.
he might have joined a cult.
It's not counting. It's like they're counting. Like there's.
Yeah, it sure is.
Can't-
Sure is, Justin.
Thing.
You keep that count going.
counting. Yeah.
There's all different kinds of this too. Like you can turn this thing. Listen, watch. I'll turn this thing and it'll be a different kind. It's similar thing, but a different kind. Listen. This one's like twangy.
Oh yeah.
And more kind of like.
You know what?
Oh, that.
You know
get
what?
That high pitched one. That high pitched. That's another piece of wood with strings. But instead of whacking the strings, they've got this stick with this thing made of hair that they're pulling back and forth across the strings.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure they are. For sure they are, buddy.
Yeah. That sounds
Definitely.
normal. Like
You
a
know what
normal
else
thing.
they do? You know what else they do, Justin? They have
Yeah.
big pieces of metal that they blow air through, and then that makes a sound too. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all curvy, and some of them have bits so you can slide and buttons you can push.
Yeah, totally.
There's a whole store, guys. A few blocks away, there's a whole store that sells these things.
Sure
could
there
buy
is.
these-
Of course
Sure.
there is, buddy.
Sounds.
Yeah. yeah. Sure thing. I'm just going to talk to Dan for a
Yeah, we
second
should probably
here,
chat for a minute here.
Justin.
I'm gonna look for another variety of these sounds to listen to.
Yeah, so I guess we could bludgeon him. That would be I think the humane thing to do because he's deranged.
Clearly deranged. I don't know what he's even talking about at this point. He's talking about blowing through metal, and I was making that up to make fun of him, and he just ran with it.
Yeah. I guess we could handle this ourselves, or we could call a specialist, come in a van, and club him over the head, take him away.
No, we should take care of this, but I don't want to give up on him just yet. Let's try just bonking him on the head once. Maybe it'll reverse whatever he's got going on right now.
Okay.
And then obviously reserve the right to bludgeon.
This one's made with a big. It's like a bowl, but it has like a animal hide over it that they're bashing with a stick with a little knob on the end.
Does he believe he's back in caveman times? Is that what's going on?
I think he must. He must. That just sounds like wailing to me. It just sounds like his noise.
That's all I'm hearing too, is just wailing and noise. Okay, hey Justin.
Yeah.
We want to take you to see some of these cool sounds being made in person.
I would love to see them.
Yeah.
I would love to see them being made in person.
Okay,
Of course.
buddy. All you got to do is go. We'll go into the van, and then we'll go right to where those sounds are. Okay.
That's right.
I am there. I'm there
That's
in the
right.
van already. I'll meet you guys downstairs.
Yeah, there'll be
Okay.
hundreds of people
Okay.
who are just like you who want to hear those sounds. Okay, he's gone. So obviously we're going to take him to
Yeah.
the
Club him
field
over
and
the head.
do what we need to do. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Same field as usual. Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
And scene.
It was music. It was music he was listening to. He'd never heard it
Oh.
before. That's what I was going with.
I see.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
Remember that year where you wouldn't say yes?
No.
Do it. Come on. You do. Yes, you do. I'm showing you a photograph of it the day that you did it with a caption that says what's happening.
I remember those events differently.
We cut to Justin's wedding day. Okay, Justin, buddy. Look, we've been here for 5 hours now. Okay, you get up there, you get all choked up, and nothing comes out of your mouth. It just takes one word, and then we can just put this day behind us. We can just end it.
Yes.
Okay, can we practice? Can we practice before I go out there? Maybe
You
that's
know
maybe
what to do.
Maybe I just need a little practice. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Practice
I'll be me.
practice standing. Yeah, you be you.
And then you be the guy telling me the thing. And then, okay.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Justin?
Yeah.
Do you want to marry Sally?
How is that?
Well, it wasn't
say
actually a
ow?
word. It wasn't a word, really. It was just,
Okay.
oh. It's just kind of a sound you made.
Okay. All right. All right. So I mean, this should be easy, right? I mean, other people do this, right?
Yeah.
I have this condition where I can't. I have this condition where I can't say the answer of an affirmative thing. I can't say the opposite of no.
Wait.
can't-
Hold on. Is that why I got the promotion at work and you didn't? Because they offered it to you and you were unable to accept it? And so they just handed it to me as second choice?
That situation I recall, and the answer is
Oh my god.
sure.
Oh my god. Okay.
Been ever since I was a kid. I've been like this. I mean, I can't help it. I think it's like a genetic thing or a mental thing or a mental illness. I don't know, but I can't. I can't. You know how many desserts I've missed out on when my parents have been, hey, do you want some ice cream? I
Huh.
They just
Wow.
thought I didn't like ice cream. I love ice cream.
That's amazing, because when we were POWs and they said, "Do you want to just go home?" A bunch of us were like, "Yeah," and then you were just stood
Heck
there,
yeah.
kind of flummoxed. You waited out the other 3 years of the war.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been going around
they
telling people
changed
you're a
it.
hero. I never realized you would have jammed out of there just like the rest of us cowards.
They came in and said, would you like us to stop torturing you?
Yeah, I thought you were just a tough guy.
Me too.
I'm not. I didn't have sex until I was 28 years old. Do you know why? Because women would ask. I'd go on dates, and they
Wow.
would like,
ask
"Do you want to
you?
come?"
They would ask you. I've
They-
never had a woman ask me to have sex before. It's always the other way around.
Would you like to come upstairs? They would say, and I would just kind of go, "Mama,
Upstairs, downstairs, anywhere you can.
Wow.
I probably should have mentioned something to Sally. I mean, I would have thought she would have noticed by now, but
I'm surprised she hasn't.
yeah. Oh my God, I just did it. I said, yeah,
That's
You
close.
So,
did
yeah.
it.
close. What if I
Well,
just
wait a
said
minute
yeah?
though. Wait a minute though. When you go up there at the altar and they say, "Hey, do you want to marry Sally?" and you're like, "Yeah," it's gonna come across as like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." She's not gonna be happy with "yeah."
Going to be happier than with
Which is what you've been saying for the last 5 hours.
yeah.
You did it again.
You can do "yeah." Yeah seems easy for you now.
Maybe if it's a real enthusiastic, yeah.
Even then,
fine.
it sounds like you're kind of blowing her off. Like, you want to be buddies? Yeah. You want to get married? Yeah, I guess. Whatever.
I guess they're both bad.
Okay. Well, I'll try it. I'll try to frame
What
the
if you
yeah.
Okay.
spell it or sound it out?
We cut to after the wedding ceremony. So yeah, Sally really leaned into hating the "yeah," hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to make it as nice as possible, but it just kind of came out like, yeah.
Also,
You
I owe you an apology, Justin, for enthusiastically shouting out yes when the priest asked if is someone going to marry this woman. I just wanted the wedding to be over, and now I found myself married to Sally. I didn't even want to be.
Well, I mean, I hope you guys are happy together. It's not your fault. It's
Well,
my problem, and I've got to deal with it.
I honestly can't see it lasting, if I'm being honest. Jordan just did it to get the heck out of there, and Sally was just trying to get the heck away from you after you said "yeah" to marrying her, so I don't see it lasting.
Me either. I don't think this will be a fruitful relationship.
Hey, is there ice cream over there?
Yes, there is. Would you like some? And scene. Okay.
It's funny because it's true. I was doing well, and then I said yeah, and I went, oh damn it, that wrecks the whole thing.
Nice.
That's okay. Well, I think people have had enough now.
I think they have.
Shoot down by now.
I think that's it. I think we've reached the end of our broadcast. This
Well,
has been the
so
Good
we hope-
Improv Show. It happened right here on YouTube, and it happened right here on gradio.ca.
Edmonton's best local station.
We hope you have enjoyed listening to us make up some wacky stuff. If you want to see or hear more wacky stuff, please go to our web page on the interwebs. That is goodimprov.com. And follow us on all the social medias where you can interact with us, leave suggestions of words, stuff like that.
Heck yeah. Come sit around our campfire a spell and enjoy some comedy.
Yeah, if you like what we
Feel
do,
free
give us
to-
a subscribe, give us a like, give us a follow, drop us a tip, whatever you want to do. But just enjoy comedy, enjoy life, everyone.
Yes. Thanks for watching. See you
Bye-bye.
next time.